Hello, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box just below this video. Welcome to a Yarn and Yarns Extra video. Hope you are doing well today. It's Thursday here today, so we're slowly making it through the week. James has got some extra time off this week, so he has already finished his work week, which is putting me out of my stride a little bit. But we're not here to talk about daily shenanigans. Today, friends, I need your help. Do you ever, okay, I'm launching straight in with my question of the day. In your creative life, do you ever have an idea pop into your head and then you just cannot shake it and you feel like you have to do something about it? I'm pretty obsessed with making, as you know, and so I'm often on Instagram and Ravelry and seeing new patterns and things kind of like pop up. Some of them I think, yeah, wow, lovely, I'd love to make that, and then they kind of like disappear out of my consciousness again. And then other times projects just stick with me and they keep niggling away in my brain, and they just won't let me go. And today I need some help deciding whether to start one of those projects, and I'll explain about my conundrum in just a while. So I am completely blaming my lovely dear friend Terry, hi Terry if you're watching, who gifted me a pattern recently by Jennifer Steingass, and I've got a few of Jennifer's patterns in my library but haven't actually cast one on yet. But Terry sent me this pattern called Aurelius, and she said that she wanted to gift it to me because she thought it would be perfect to knit with some yarn that I showed off when I did my hand spun stash tour. This is the yarn in question. It's some lovely kind of rainbow yarn that I spun from some rolags that were gifted to me by the lovely Jeanette. Hi Jeanette. And I spun these up. I spun them up separately. Jeanette originally gifted me these and I said I loved them so much, she said she'd make me some more. So this is the sort of total quantity that I've got. The Aurelius pattern uses spin cycle in the colour work, so I think this kind of Barber Polly yarn reminded Terry of that kind of spin cycle effect. And so I have been racking my brains to see, have I got anything in stash that would go. It's a double knit pattern and I don't have tons of double knit yarn in my stash. I think I've spoken about this before. Over time I've collected quite a few, mostly single skeins of 4-ply. I'm trying to change my stashing habits now, and I am thinking more about project-based buying rather than, oh, there's a pretty buying, if that makes sense. So if I do have yarn money to spend, rather than just grabbing all of the fancy one skein things, I'm trying to think, actually, what could I make with this yarn that I'm buying? But anyway, I am digressing. So yes, I don't really have any DK sweater quantities in my stash. I think I've got one, but that's earmarked for a particular project, and the colour doesn't really go with this lovely fun rainbow. But what I do have is a work in progress that I cast on for my 12 cast-ons of Christmas, not this year but the previous year, that has not been touched since I cast it on. Not through fault of the pattern or the yarn, because they're both gorgeous, just time and other projects distracting me really. So I'm talking about a lovely pattern by Carrie Westerman in this gorgeous book, this thing of paper, and I cast on for an incunabula cardigan, and let me just find a picture of the cardie if I can. Okay, so here is a picture of the front of the cardigan. Sorry, I'm showing it slightly awkwardly, but there's pattern on this page, so I don't want to give anything away. As you can see, it's got this gorgeous cable detail up the front, and then that cable is also echoed on the back, if I can find a picture of the back of the cardigan. Hopefully that's in frame without giving any secret sauce away. So yes, the lovely cable pattern is echoed up the back. And I am so in love with this cardigan. I don't know why I haven't worked on it, except that I think I kind of do. So I wanted to treat myself to a quantity of yarn from Midwinter Yarns. At the time, Midwinter were based in Wales, and they had this lovely line called Black and Blue, 100% Welsh wool. So blue face Leicester plus black blue face Leicester. DK yarn from Midwinter, and I was able to snag myself a sweater quantity in a sale. At the time of the sale, the only colour they had in a sweater quantity was this lovely captain's coat colourway, which is kind of a really nice kind of rich navy colourway. I've got a little swatch that I knitted up here, so you can see there's some lovely sort of variegation within that colour, as you often get with hand dyed yarns. So I cast on for my incunabula and made reasonable progress on that first day of casting on. So I've done the rib and I've started to establish the sort of pattern details. So this is the back, obviously, and then the sort of pattern details are just starting to creep in the front. I've barely done anything. And then the project got put away and it hasn't seen the light of day since. I love this pattern and I love this yarn. I'm just not convinced that I want them to be together. And I think that's what's held me up with this project. I think it's for a couple of reasons. Firstly, obviously the sample sweater in the book is made from this glorious sort of chartreusey green colour, and the cables really stand out in that. And the details that's starting to come through in on my navy version just aren't quite as, they don't pop out quite as much. And I think the other thing that I have in the back of my mind, and I know this won't be true for everyone, but when I was at school, my school uniform was navy. That does not put me off of navy as the colour at all. But I think cardigan and navy just somehow reminds me of school uniform, and I know this pattern is far from school uniform because of the gorgeous detail, but I just can't shake that thought from my head. And it makes me wonder, although navy is a brilliant neutral to have in your wardrobe, and as I say, this yarn is beautiful, it just makes me wonder how much I will wear a navy cardigan. And if I'm going to put the effort into making a beautiful cabled piece, obviously I want it to be something that I'm going to want to reach for and wear. So I think those are kind of the reasons that this has languished. However, when I get it out of the project bag, it's lovely. It is lovely. It makes me want to work on this pattern again. But going back to the Aurelius, the sample sweater is knit in a navy blue, and somehow I just love this combination of the rainbow and the navy. So this is my dilemma. Do I rip this? And I will feel sad that it's not on the needles, because I really want this cardigan, although the fact it's sat there for 2 years doesn't really indicate that, does it? Do I carry on with this, or do I go for the brand new shiny project and at some point in the future treat myself to something a little bit more vibrant and more akin to what I'm like seeing as the sample in this pattern book? Help! I need to make a decision. What would you do? What are your thoughts? Let me know, please. Help me end my misery. Tell me straight below. Am I just getting distracted by the brand new shiny? Should I persevere with this beautiful pattern? I mean, it is gorgeous. I just don't know what to do. My plan for the time being, until you guys out there tell me what to do, because I need someone just to tell me what to do, I think I am going to do a little colourwork swatch with a skein of this and some of the handspun, just to see how well they play together and how well the rainbow does stand out against the blue. I think it's going to be great. Maybe that will push me one way or another. I don't know what I'm hoping for. Part of me is hoping that I will love this, and part of me is hoping that I will hate it, because then I will have no choice but to carry on with this. Except that in the back of my mind I think I want this in a brighter colour. I'm just so indecisive today. So yes, please tell me what to do below. And also please tell me below, do you obsess about projects or ideas of projects until you have to just cast on and give it a try? And I know you're probably also thinking, Angela, didn't you cast on for a sweater the other day? Yes, I did. And yes, I've cast on for the simple something while we've been in lockdown as well. All of the sweaters, all of the time. But if I end up using this in the Aurelius, then I'll be frogging a sweater. So that's just 1 for 1. I'm not adding to my WIP pile, I'm just replacing something with something else. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a quick swatch because I don't have to rip out my knitting. I can, I've got plenty of other skeins. These are both attached, I'm alternating skeins because they are hand dyed, and you can see a bit of a colour differential. I don't know if you'll see it, so there's sort of like some darker patches, you can see a little bit of kind of pooling there. But I've got plenty of other, I've got 4 more skeins of that yarn, so I think I'm going to wind up one of those, do a little colourwork swatch. I'm going to be very, very tight for my meterage with this, so I'll probably do the swatch and then rip it back out again. But I just want to see how the yarns play together. And in the meantime, hopefully you guys will come in with your comments and there'll be an overwhelming majority one way or another to help me decide. So yes, sorry to offload on you, it's just that kind of day. I need some help, please help. Until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.